Good morning, students. Today's topic, visualizing the nation. Visualizing the nation in the sense personifying a nation or representing a country as if it were a person. It was easy enough to represent a ruler through a portrait or a statue. Even in our school we have Vivekananda statue. Yes, so we have seen it. A person who actually exists, the figure is given to him. So it is a statue of a person who is existing. Then what about giving a face to a nation, which is an idea? It's just an idea. So artists in 18th and 19th century found a way out of personifying a nation, and they started representing a country as if it were a person, and that too as female figures. So the female form was chosen to personify a nation. It does not stand any particular woman in real life. So every year during national days, whether it can be Republic Day or Independence Day, you might have seen one of your students dressing up as a Bharata Mata and standing whenever a performance is going on. Does it mean that Bharata Mata really exists? No, it's just an idea. Personifying a nation, giving a figure to a nation. So what does it mean? It's an abstract idea. Abstract in the sense, an idea. An idea does not have a physical form or a concrete existence, but it is existing only in thought. So, and giving a concrete form. So giving to a thought, to a feeling, to an emotion, giving a form to a thought and emotion. Okay, giving is referred to as an allegory. So here you got the new word allegory. That means a female figure became an allegory of the nation. Look at the definition. When an abstract idea, for instance greed, envy, freedom, liberty, is expressed through a person or thing, we call it as an allegory. So allegorical story has two meanings. It can be expressed literally in the sense in a written form through poem or by explaining in detail. Otherwise it can be done in a symbolic way. In the symbolic way in the sense using the pictures, through pictures, drawings. If we can express an abstract idea. So such an idea, expressing an abstract idea through a person or a thing, we call it as allegory. Try to recollect your class 9th French Revolution lesson. There you have seen 2 pages full of pictures, allegories, and its meaning relating to it. So like can you recollect? Red cap, broken chain, a woman with weighing scales, a woman holding the charter of can you recollect those pictures? So what are all those allegories? Okay, so we can allegory portraying the idea of liberty, justice. Allegories are used to portray the ideas of liberty, justice and republic. Even many movies you might have seen, whenever a court scene comes, you might have seen a lady, blindfolded woman carrying the weighing scales. Weighing scales shows that all are equal and the blindfolded eyes of woman shows that as she cannot see, there is no discrimination. Yes, everyone is equal in front of law. That to represent this idea, an image is given. So that is an allegory. So to an abstract idea of equality, justice, liberty, so a figure is being a personification of woman is done, like in the way of woman carrying a pair of weighing scales. So I think you have understood the meaning of allegory now. So now let's look at 2 countries. Now here we discuss 2 countries and their allegories. First have a look at France. France allegory is known as Christine Marianne. France allegory is known as Christine Marianne. It's a Christian name and it gives the idea of a people's nations. Her characteristics are drawn from liberty and the republic. The red cap, tricolor, cockade are used. Cockade means an ornament usually worn on a hat as a badge. So you can have a look at the figure here. So in your textbook they have given Marianne figure, so coquette. So postage stamps of 1850 with figure Marianne representing the Republic of France. So statues of Marianne were erected in public squares to remind public of national symbol of unity, to persuade them to identify it. So we have studied what revolutionaries have done to create a sense of collective identity in the beginning of this chapter. So it is one among them, personifying a nation, and that figures keeping in public squares and the coins to create a feeling of oneness, to create a feeling of unity among the people. And they have started pasting the images of Marianne on coins and stamps also. So this, especially this one, can be asked for 1 mark. What is the allegory of France? So you have to answer it as Christine Marianne. And in the same way, what is the allegory of German nation? It's very easy. It's Germania. Allegory of German nation is Germania. In visual representations, Germania wears a crown of oak leaves, as the German oak stands for heroism. You can have a look at Germania figure given in your textbook. So she is Germania wearing a crown of oak leaves, and oak leaf stands for heroism in Germany. Figure 17, you have seen Germania wearing oak leaves and breastplate with eagle, crown of oak leaves, sword. All these are referred to as attributes, and all these attributes has a significance of its own, as shown in the table. Broken chain expresses freedom. Breastplate with eagle, it's a symbol of German empire, strength. Crown of oak leaves, heroism. Sword shows readiness to fight. Olive branch around the sword shows willingness to make peace. Black, red, gold tricolor, it's the flag of Germany. And rays of rising sun, it shows the beginning of new era. All these attributes you can find in the Germany. Okay, now let's check the attributes in the painting. First one, breastplate with an eagle. So here it is, breastplate with an eagle sign. It shows the strength. Crown of oak leaves, it shows heroism. Then sword, readiness to fight, and oak leaves around the sword, it shows willingness to make peace. Black, red, and tricolor, flag of Germany. And last one, rays of rising sun, it's hiding somewhere. So can you see here sun rays? Okay, it shows the beginning of new era. The artist prepared this painting of Germania on a cotton banner, as it was meant to hang from the ceiling of Church of Saint Paul. Can you remember Church of Saint Paul? Frankfurt Parliament, revolution of the liberals in the year 1848. Yeah? At that time, an artist has drawn this. The artist's name is Philip Wheat. In the year 1848, he has drawn this allegory to hang it from Saint Paul Church when people, representatives were drafting the constitution. Okay. So here you have an activity with the help of box 3. Identify the attributes. Wheat significance. Wheat, you have just now seen the painting of wheat of Germania. So he want to interpret the symbolic meaning. Just now we have interpreted the symbolic meaning also. And here one more extra point is, Wheat had portrayed the Kaiser's crown at the place where he was now located, the broken chain. Have a look at the picture, broken chain here, and Kaiser's crown, which shows that now monarchical form is about to leave, and freedom. Broken chain shows freedom. We are about to get freedom. This is one more portrait of Germania drawn by Julius Hubner. Drawn by Julius Hubner in the year 1850. And the title of this portrait is The Fallen Germania. Can you guess what does it signify? Why this painting has been done? And just recollect the year 1851. 1850. So 1848 Frankfurt Parliament, it was a failure, and people have lost hope in the formation of Germany. So at that time, Julius Hubner has drawn this painting of the fallen Germania, because they have lost hope about unified nation of Germany. Even you have a question here, what historical events could Hubner be referring to in this allegorical vision of the nation? So here Hubner is trying to depict the failure of Frankfurt Parliament and and losing the hope of formation of a nation state, Germany. Have a look at figure 19. Germania guarding the Rhine, and have a just check year. It is 1860 and the artist is Roland Clausen. So 1860 in the sense is the year Otto von Bismarck has taken up the charge. So almost Germania guarding the Rhine. So major by 1862 wars are done, and then Otto von Bismarck has taken up the unification of Germany. So now they got a hope that now okay, nation state Germany is about to be formed. So the German sword protects the German Rhine is the caption of this painting. So here is an activity where they are asking you to imagine as a citizen of Frankfurt Parliament, and you need to imagine as a man sitting in the Hall of Deputies, in the sense as a representative. Then you have to imagine yourself as a woman standing in the gallery, and you have to write your viewpoint about this. During the time of Frankfurt Parliament, the revolt of the liberals in 1848. As a man sitting in the Hall of Deputies, the man, like suppose if I am in that place, I'll feel happy and proud that I am drafting a constitution and I am about to form a nation state. As a woman, I won't be much satisfied. Reason, though I have all the capability, I have done hard work, I have the capacity to be in the place of this man, but I was not got the right to vote. I didn't get the right to participate in drafting the constitution. I was I was only been observing. So I am not satisfied with this. So you can, in the same way, you also can express your viewpoint. Hope you have understood the definition of allegory and the representation of a nation or personification or visualization of a nation. Let's watch a small video followed by it.
Are some symbols that all of us come across every day. During the 18th and the 19th centuries, several symbols were used by artists and revolutionaries to depict abstract concepts. These symbols were usually popular images from everyday life.